Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is July 9th, 2014. Let's get started here right on the charts. We're going to start off with the S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see the futures are trading higher today by $2.50 to $19.63 per contract. Now, the markets have been hit hard the last couple of days, so the markets have sold off. We'll see if that sell-off leads to more selling today, or does the market rebound a little bit. It's a hard call all in all, but one thing we want to take note of is that the dollar-yen chart is higher. So if there's anything you learn in here, you're watching the dollar-yen. Yesterday, the dollar-yen really sold off sharply. I'll rewind the tape for you. And you can see dollar-yen was down significantly. Dollar-yen goes down, the stock market goes down. Dollar-yen rebounds, generally the stock market will rebound. Right now, the dollar-yen is up about 17 cents. It's not a tremendous move, but if the dollar-yen continues to hold steady or rebounds a bit, overall the stock market's likely to do the same thing. Remember, the liquidity into the stock market comes from this carry trade, and that's the bottom line. That's all you need to know. Each and every day I go over this, and you're not going to hear this on CNBC or anywhere else. So again, watch the dollar-yen chart. It will tell you a lot about what's going to go on in the S&P 500. All right, let's fast forward over here a little bit. Last night kicked off earnings season with the Alcoa earnings report. Again, Alcoa, I don't know what they said or they did. They generally will beat by a penny or something like that. Again, Alcoa is trading higher. Stock closed at $14.85. It is now trading at $15.21. My maximum upside for today would be $15.83. So maybe it's $15.85, somewhere in that vicinity. We'll give Alcoa the slight upside bias. The pattern on the daily chart was pretty good, so the stock's holding up well. I don't really see any major problem with it at the moment. But Alcoa kicked off earnings. Again, it's not a bellwether. It doesn't move markets like it used to. It's not the stock that it was. I don't even believe the stock's in the Dow Jones Industrial Average anymore. So, again, it's not the stock that we've been accustomed to looking at over the years. It really holds very, very little weight. But either way, it is trading higher, and it can go up to $15.85. So just keep that on your radar. Let's take a look at a stock that's not doing so well today. This is GIMO, Gigamon Inc., and the stock is getting absolutely slaughtered. Closed at $18.18. This morning it's trading at $12.50. I'm really not sure of the news, but either way you slice it or dice it, the stock is just getting massacred. So again, this is a networking hardware company. I believe they cut their revenue. It's just getting absolutely hit. This is a new all-time low. I do not have a level to try to pick it up. I am not going to try to pick it up. So let it flush. If it makes a rebounding play, that's great. But right now, I don't think you want to do anything at all with this GIMO. Let it fall. This is not a pretty picture. Let's take a look at TCS, the Container Store. Let's take a look at this one. This one is also getting hit pretty sharply. Stock closed at $27.07, now trading at $23. This was a new issue just back in, I believe, October of 2013. The stock traded as high as $46. Now it's trading at $23 a share. I don't have a really solid level for this one either. This is a new all-time low. We don't have any back data to work off of. Leave it alone. Let it flush. Let it reverse on high volume. Then you could step in and try to bottom fish it. But there's no reason to try to bottom fish a stock that is making a new all-time low without a significant support level. And again, this was an IPO from October of 2013. It has just taken out its all-time lows. So let it fall. The way to play a stock like this is to let it flush out, make a reversal day on high volume, and then you could jump on board and use the most recent low as a stop out. But at this point in time, I don't know if that's going to happen to the stock, so we can't do anything with this one. But it is just another stock, another consumer stock that is just getting absolutely destroyed here this morning. Let's take a look at Garmin. Garmin's in the news. I don't know exactly what the news was, but it looks like the stock is trading down a bit. It closed at around I believe $60.63. It's currently trading at $59.40. So Garmin is another market leader that is trading off a little bit. All in all, when I look at this stock, I have a couple of levels that I am seeing. One would be $57.49. Keep that level on the radar. That's a spot where you could step in for an intraday scalp play. Remember, an intraday scalp play is nothing more than a day trade lasting between 10 and 30 minutes, but this level should be somewhat significant. So keep that on the radar right now, and that level is $57.49 for Garmin. So keep that on the radar. Let's take a look at Celgene. I know they had some news. It looks like one of their drugs didn't meet its endpoint. You can check out the news for yourself. I just briefly go over it. The stock is down a little bit. It closed at $85.72, now trading at $83.82. The only level I'm seeing worthy for Celgene today is going to be down at $77.20. Gets to $77.20, and that's a long way down from here. That's still, you're talking about basically 7 points lower. But if it gets to $77.20, I want to pick that up for a scalp bound. So keep that on the radar. Okay, that's a good little move. Let's take a look at this AV. I believe this is a drone maker. Drones are a hot business in the United States right now. The stock right now is trading at $32.50. It closed at $30.96. So this stock has some resistance coming up, but the big resistance level today for AV, and this is light volume equity, would be around $34.13. So again, watch that level there, $34.13. Should be pretty good resistance intraday. But again, drones are a big business in the United States, and this stock definitely catching a nice little bid this morning. I want to look at American Airlines. Stock is just roaring and soaring, taking off again. Closed yesterday at $40.26. It hit a low yesterday of I believe it was $37.90. Reversed on high volume, made a great move. You could see the big bounce, and today it's already trading at $42.51. So good move for American. The stock probably hits resistance around $44.21 if it can get up there. So again, I wouldn't short this at all. I think it's a pretty decent move. Remember yesterday, if you watched the morning video, I gave out Delta Airlines. I said $35.15, which could even be not only a scalp play, but would be a multi-day bounce. And we traded this yesterday in the intraday stock chat. And you can see where it closed. It closed at $36.44. Today, Delta is trading at $37.49. So if you just watched the video yesterday, just on the airline stocks, just on Delta, I mean, that's a tremendous move. You're talking about a move over 2 points from yesterday intraday. And that's just some of the things that we try to show you each and every day in the video. All right, let's take a look at Seadrill, SDRL. The stock got hit yesterday on a debt offering. I thought the debt offering was all right. I talked about that yesterday in the video. The stock got down to $37.41 yesterday. Today it's rebounding. It's all the way back up to $39.20. So again, it's kind of right in its range. This is probably where it's going to hold up and stick around. But Seadrill, as I mentioned yesterday, I think that sell-off was a little bit uncalled for. It missed our level by a couple of pennies, and that sometimes happens, but nonetheless, good little rebound on Seadrill. But watch for resistance on this one right around the $40 level. I would not short it. The stock looks fine. There's nothing wrong with the chart. The chart is holding up well. So I would just I would leave that one alone, but just to point out how sometimes you could take advantage of these news events if you know the levels that are on the charts, and I think that's very, very important. All right, let's go over to the gold market. The gold market today is bouncing again. Gold is surging. Gold is up almost 11 points, $10.70 to $1,327.20 an ounce. Let's take a look at the GLD. GLD right now is trading at 127.62. Closed at 127.07. Gold is holding up fine. I really don't see any problems here with gold. Gold is holding up fine. It is definitely consolidating its most recent gains, and that's a sign of health. That's not a bad thing. So I don't know if it has a lot of upside. The GLD, if it did go up, would hit resistance at 128.25, but that's still a little bit of a way from here. So, but watch for that. 128.25 would still be some resistance on the GLD, but nonetheless, I am liking the action that I am seeing in the gold market right now. Let's take a look at the USO, or first we'll go with light sweet crude. Light sweet crude is down 29 cents to 103.11. So light sweet crude is trading at $103.11 a barrel. That has pulled back again. One thing I am seeing though, when we look at the USO, which is a good way to trade light sweet crude, this has a ton of support at 37.40. Right now it's trading at 38.02. But if it got down to 37.40, watch for a bounce there in the USO. As for light sweet crude itself, I guess it would be around the 102 level. You'd watch for a bounce in crude. So if crude got down to 102, I think you could look for a bounce there. Right now, crude is trading at 103.11, so it still has another $1.11 to go before it hits significant support on the charts. I think I've covered everything that I wanted to get through today. Again, watch the levels, learn how to take the levels. That's what's going to be most important. Again, I know each and every day I feed levels to you guys. Yesterday I probably gave you about 3-4 different levels that all played out within the vicinity of a couple pennies. But you can learn how to do this stuff yourself. And again, you can profit each and every day in the market, and that's the ultimate goal. With that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day. Futures are up about 2 points. What are you going to watch? You're going to watch the dollar-yen chart. Dollar-yen is going to tell you everything you need to know. With that said, everybody, have a great trading day. We'll see you on the charts.